Hey everybody, this is the Lego Movie 2 Emmet and Lucy's Escape Buggy. The very first thing that I want to say about this is that the car is a really fun, big toy Lego car. I think, actually I know, that a lot of adults tend to discount some of the more serious engineering aspects and physics aspects of toys. And when I say adults, I am including adults who design toys. But this has some pretty fundamental, important things. It has big tires that are semi-pneumatic, and it has some ground clearance, which actually is important for toys, believe it or not, because this allows a kid to grab the thing and just drive it over all sorts of stuff. And it's just so much more fun to have something like that than to have something that's super low to the ground that will only run on really smooth surfaces. Fundamentally, this is a fun toy just overall without getting into the specifics of it. It also has some suspension action at the front, and it's not too stiff. You actually probably saw it compress a little bit when it went over my hand. You see? But there's no suspension in the back. However, there's a little bit of flex. That's not a good thing right there. But as long as it doesn't break, I guess it'll be okay. But I mean, the thing kind of bounces around and just kind of adds to the fun of it. That's all important stuff. And what little pieces are on it, small things that are attached to it, don't tend to fall off easily, I have found, in just messing around with it. So those are all really good, important things for the fun of a toy car. As for how it looks, well, I personally don't like seeing exposed Technic beams and things too frequently, but here at least the number of colors used is limited. You've got mostly the black and the gray underneath. Yeah, there's a little bit of blue with the axle pins, pin pieces in blue, but it doesn't really doesn't bug me that much. Also, in this case here, it kind of adds a milled sort of appearance to it, almost like it's intentional, like the real car, if this was a real car, would have some texture along those suspension arms. So yeah, I'm actually good with this. Got the differential pumpkin there. They've got some fake shocks that move with the suspension. It's all good. I like this engine setup here, especially with the exhaust. Now you might want to just leave those end bits out. The colorful things might make it look a little bit better to you. It's entirely subjective, but I personally would do it for my own collection. Prints used back here, including a print that I believe is brand new for the turn signal. That's cool. Good to see. Always good to see prints. And I've got a weapon over here. I'm assuming that these are supposed to be gas tanks or maybe nitrous tanks. This can pop up and be folded up like so. That's actually cool. That might be a better way to look at that. And this is just begging to be customized. You can just add things onto the studs or the anti-stud there. The doors are kind of custom built. They open up. You can also remove the roof here to get easy access to the interior, which is a little bit short in length, tall in height at the back. Limits your access a little bit, but inside there's a good amount of detail. There's enough room to put two figures side by side. Yes, that's a good thing. There's a steering wheel over there, and there's also a console and a little heads-up display as well. So that's pretty good. And you've got wiper blades up here. You can adjust those a little bit if you want. And if you're wondering what these are about, if that's not readily apparent, to have hollow studs on the top of something, is that a new piece? It's not. Those are Technic brick pieces, modified Technic plates, I guess. They have the pinhole on the side, and it's just used for this hinge here to open that up. I mean, the thing has a rear engine on it, so at the front, you just have simulated rocket launchers. But unfortunately, these don't shoot. That's a miss. They should have had something that would actually shoot here somehow, even if it was simple. As it is, you have to break these off. It's not very convenient, to kind of simulate firing off like that. I want that to happen. I want that to actually fire off. That's the one thing that they really could have done better here. It just feels like it's a little bit incomplete. They got almost there, but not quite. Feels like there should be enough room under here to put at least something. They could have done stud shooters here, to be honest, and just make it so that there's a little bit more room to get your finger underneath and to push it, or even actually even from here. Especially a kid's fingers would be able to fit in there more easily. Maybe something that you can do again for the sake of modification to add that in. Got the bull bar up front, which looks pretty good. Bring that down. That looks pretty good, that front end. Looks like it has some room for further improvement as well. Kind of some techniques that can be used for some more realistic vehicles. I don't know why this thing is squeaking right now, but... Oh, I see what it is. It's one of these fake shock pieces. There we go. No, it's still squeaking a little bit. I don't know what that is. It's a little annoying, right? Weird. Very weird. Oh, well. That's the car, basically, though. There's nothing much else to say about it. It holds itself together. It's fun to just drive around, and it was a pretty decent build as well. Enjoyable with nice pieces, nice recolors of some parts that I haven't seen before. Lots of sand blue. Not too many stickers. Where there are stickers, I feel like they definitely add. You can leave them off if you want. It won't take that much away from the fundamental design, but I like to have them on there, and yeah, it's pretty good. Could have been a little bit better in some ways, but overall, this is pretty much a success. The set has these two side builds, which are really just very, very thinly veiled ways to include some extra parts that will be needed for a combination build with the Ultra Caddy combination. I'll have to get to that once I review the Ultra Caddy as well, but some extra pieces that were needed, and they just put them to some use by creating a flaming barrel of fuel here, maybe is what that's supposed to represent. And then this is a catapult. Catapult of sorts. Just has a couple extra pieces in there, sub-assemblies, and you do like that, and they will fire off, or you can just see those as exploding. The set has the core version of Metalbeard, just his most basic parts, which is very awkward to me, but I mean, it fits into the whole story and everything. He can be built into anything, but I don't know, it's just weird to see him like this, to see a character like this. It's I don't know, it's a little bit gory if you think about it a little bit too literally, that it's a most basic form of a being, physically speaking. He's got his bone and organ inside for his internals, the lock on the front, and that's just that. I don't know, this is weird to me. Both star and heart are included, which I think is very good. I like both of these. They just have a printed tile used for each 2x2 tile on top of a specialized shaped piece underneath. This one has some depth to it, but this is just a specialized shaped plate piece, so you could build anything on it. The set comes with the most basic version of Emmet for today's world for the LEGO Movie 2, with a little bit of built-in wear on his silver stripes, and a fully decked out version of Lucy, aka Wild Style, with the printed Never Stop sign. She's got her crossbow there, she's got the quiver on the back, she's got everything on. This is fully set up, dual molded legs as well, printed on the side, printed on the arms, both arms. Let me take some of this stuff off. Oh well, I took everything off. It just lets you see everything far more clearly. Yeah, well done figure. Alternate face there. Of course, you get one for Emmet as well. Very strong expression there. Very useful. That's good. And there's one more figure too. This is Sharkira. Sharkira. Got the shark mouth on the visor. Some silver printing on there. Quite a bit of it, actually. Shines decently nicely. It's not too thick though, so it doesn't have the brightest effect. A little bit brighter on the leg there, especially her left one, as we see it's on the right. And there's a print on the back. Let's take this off. No second face. Yeah, I wish that chest armor print was a little bit stronger, make it look a little bit more metallic. So, the value proposition for this set is delightfully simple. Like I said at the start, this is a fun, big toy Lego car. Or did I say Lego toy car? One of those two. The order doesn't matter. And it comes with some figures, and you can see what the figures are. If you like what you see, then you'll get what you like for a decent price. I mean, the price to part ratio is perfectly normal for this. I personally sure would wish that it was a little bit cheaper, but just a little bit. I mean, for the size of the thing, relative to other Lego sets these days, I think that the value is about normal. If you can get this at a discount, all the better more. Yeah, it's just pretty straightforward. I'm looking forward to checking that out. A lot of people have asked me to do the combination. I certainly will. Ultra Caddy is a separate set, and it's pretty obvious right from the start that it's going to need to use these little extra pieces, which is all good. Yeah, perfectly fun little thing. It was good to put together. It's ready for some customization, certainly, whether you do it the official way or your own way. Kind of wish it had a little bit of suspension action in the back and didn't squeak at the axles. I wasn't able to get that squeaking to stop just yet. I messed around with the placements of the bushings and things, but it still squeaks a little bit. And that will always be weird to me. But hey, if you get this set, do me a favor, a personal favor. Build up Metal Beard with your own pieces into something more than that. If you like to watch Lego sets being built, please check out my Speed Build channel, and you'll find the build of this set over there. I will link to it momentarily, and it's also in the pinned comment. And at the end of that build process, I was left with just a few more pieces than I expected. So here's the selection. It did include one extra printed visor piece. That's pretty nice, and the printed tile there. It was used for the turn signal. Extra one of these robot arms is good. This spike arrow bolts piece in black is nice to get as well. That's a nice piece to get, but this should not have been an extra, and I checked multiple times, and no, I just had an extra one of that piece in there. Same with this here. It's a 1x2 by 2/3 inverted curved piece, and then also this little modified red 1x1 plate with the clip. Strange, but it's just how it worked out. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I will give you that link to the speed build, and I'll talk to you again soon.